We've been pretty busy lately moving cattle to spring pastures where they're going to have their calves. And I haven't videoed any of that basically because I forget to, but I remember today. So I caught up Spud and we're going to go into two different neighbors' pastures today to get yearlings and heifer calves and a couple older cows out. We've had quite a bit of snow, so a lot of the fences have been drifted under. So it's pretty easy for them to get scattered from shit to breakfast and going to deal with that. This is how I tie up my Makata reins when I'm going to load him in a trailer. And it's also pretty handy if you've got to lead them for a ways because if they stop or something, you're not going to pull that bozell off over his nose. If you don't know how to do this, just say something in the comments and I will do a little tutorial video. It's pretty easy. Then I put in a mustache knot in his tail or a war knot or a mud knot, basically because his tail is really long and it's really muddy out and I don't want to get it covered in mud. And put on my fancy shotgun chaps made by Sparky Wallace at Cow Camp Supply. Load up the cow dogs. Don't worry, they don't get too cold because I can only go 10 miles an hour down this gravel road. But we unload the dogs, take off, stop, take the traditional pee break. But the pasture I'm going into is called the Bryan's Place, which is also the name of the local strip club. So whenever I tell somebody I've got to go into Bryan's Place to take out a mangy old rip out of there, I kind of got to explain myself. But there's some farm ground in there that's pretty slick with all this mud. These older cows, there's three of them in here, three or four, that had been in here for a couple weeks, and they knew where all the holes and all the fences were in this place. So I had to battle them quite a bit to get to this point. And of course, I didn't get any of that videoed. But I thought there was only three or four cows in here, and 10 or 12 in the pasture to the east of this. And I thought that bunch had come back into here, and I thought I was done. And I worked up a sweat on Spud turning those old rips. But I jokingly scan the horizon and give a thumbs up like I'm all done. But I get up on top of a high hill and look off to the east, and nope, there's the other ones that are still off in that other neighbor's pasture further to the east. So I take off for them. See one that's been trying to have a calf all day, and the calf is dead. So I've got to rope her, tried to pull it and tie her up and pull the calf out of her. She jumped up, was on the fight pretty bad. Just about got me knocked down a couple of times, so I had to call in for reinforcements. So my wife came, and I'm just setting up what I believe they call it the El Guapo. I've done this for quite a while, and I didn't ever know it really had a name. But you just get her back foot wrapped up and pull them down. And she pulled the calf with a calf puller, and unfortunately the calf was dead. But the cow was just fine. We gave her a little shot of antibiotics just in case. Then I headed the rest back to where they needed to go, stopped to have a drink of water, posed for a majestic picture, and then we still did quite a bit of stuff after that till dark. But there you go.